Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about hip bone. So here is the hip bone. First of all, we talk about the side determination of hip bone. You can see here is acetabulum. Okay. So acetabulum always face laterally, and the sciatic notch, greater sciatic notch, it faces posteriorly, and the pubic symphysis always face anteriorly and medially, and the upper end, which is expanded, that is known as ilium, it is always expanded part, always faces upwards. So that is the side determination of hip bone. So this is of left side. Then we talk about the general features. Hip bone is made up of three parts: the ilium, ischium and pubis. Both of three joints and form ilium, which are joints and form hip bone. The ilium anteriorly, it articulates with the second hip bone or hip bone of opposite side and form pubic symphysis. From here it articulates with the sacrum and it form plain variety of synovial joint with sacrum or sacroiliac joint, which help in transmission of weight from axial skeleton to the appendicular skeleton. Next, the important joint which is formed here in the acetabulum, it is with the femur. It is ball and socket type of synovial joint. Okay, next we talk about the individual part or individual bone, ilium. So today in our today's lecture we will talk about ilium. Ilium has an anterior border and posterior border, anterior border, posterior border and medial border. Anterior border extend from anterior superior iliac spine to the below downwards to the acetabular cavity. Posterior border extend from posterior superior iliac spine and downwards it continue with the posterior border of ischium. The medial border arises from the dorsal 2 and 3rd part of iliac crest, starting point of dorsal 1/3 part of iliac crest. It runs downward and anteriorly, then it ends at the iliopubic eminence. Next we will talk about surfaces. It has an iliac surface or iliac fossa, and gluteal surface and a sacropelvic surface. It has three surfaces. It has an upper end. Upper end is expanded and there is a crest known as iliac crest. Upper end, it is the thickest part and which is termed as iliac crest. Next we will talk about the attachments on iliac crest. First we divide the iliac crest into anterior 2/3 and posterior 1/3 part. First of all, we will talk about the anterior 2/3 of iliac crest. On anterior 2/3, it has an outer lip and a inner lip. Outer lip provide attachment to iliotibial tract and tensor fascia lata. Medial to that, it provide insertion to or attachment to external oblique abdominis muscle, then internal oblique abdominis throughout the anterior 2/3, then transversus abdominis in anterior half of anterior 2/3. The middle part Here presents quadratus lumborum muscle. Here is the internal oblique in the middle, and on outer aspect latissimus dorsi. And on posterior aspect there are two slope, outer slope and inner slope. The outer slope, it provide attachment to gluteus maximus, and the inner slope, it provide attachment to erector spinae. Let me repeat them all. Let's divide this into anterior, middle and posterior part. On the anterior part there are tensor fascia lata. On the lateral most aspect, tensor fascia lata and iliotibial tract. Then medial to that, external oblique. Then medial to that, internal oblique. Then most medially, transversus abdominis. On middle part there are latissimus dorsi on outermost side. On the middle it is internal oblique abdominis, and on the medial most part it is quadratus lumborum muscle. And on posterior most part there are, on the outer side it is gluteus maximus, and on the medial side, on the inner sloping surface, it is erector spinae muscle. Next we talk about the iliac fossa. Complete iliac fossa, it gives origin to the iliacus muscle. Okay, the anterior most part of iliac crest is known as anterior superior iliac spine, and the posterior most part is known as posterior superior iliac spine. Anterior superior iliac spine, it gives rise to, or it provides attachment to the inguinal ligament and the sartorius muscle. Below the anterior superior iliac spine, you can see here is anterior inferior iliac spine. Anterior inferior iliac spine, it provides attachment to the straight head of rectus femoris muscle, and a ligament attached, which is iliofemoral ligament, which is attached on the other side to the femur, and it is one of the strongest ligaments of our body. Next we will talk about the gluteal surface. You can see it is the gluteal surface. So there are three gluteal lines, anterior, posterior and inferior, extending from the greater sciatic notch, on the upper border of greater sciatic notch. So from greater sciatic notch to the posterior most part of iliac crest, there is a line extending. It is the posterior gluteal line. Posterior gluteal line. Then the line extending from upper border of sciatic notch to the iliac tubercle. Iliac tubercle is present 5 centimeters backward to the anterior superior iliac spine. There is 5 centimeters backward to the anterior superior iliac spine. There is iliac tubercle. So the line extending from here to iliac tubercle is anterior gluteal line. And from mid of the sciatic notch, greater sciatic notch, from mid of the greater sciatic notch, a line extending to the anterior, below the anterior inferior iliac spine is inferior gluteal line. So these provide attachment to the part behind the posterior gluteal line, provide attachment to gluteus maximus, and between anterior and posterior between anterior and posterior gluteal line, it provide attachment to gluteus medius muscle, and the part between anterior and inferior gluteal line, it provide attachment to gluteus minimus muscle. The area below the inferior gluteal line, it provide attachment to reflected head of rectus femoris. There are two heads. From here straight head from anterior inferior iliac spine, and from here it is reflected head of rectus femoris muscle. Below there it is pelvic surface, which is continues with the pelvic surface of ischium, and these three when united forms the true pelvis, boundaries of true pelvis. Then we will talk about sacropelvic surface. Sacropelvic surface, this is known as auricular surface. Auricular surface is articular surface, and it articulates with the sacrum. The dorsal surface is a rough surface, and it provides attachment to some ligaments. You can make out here. Here is the iliolumbar ligament and dorsal sacrospinous ligament. Here is dorsal introitious ligament and iliolumbar ligament. Here is ventral introitious ligament. This is the spine of, it is spinous process of hip bone. Spinous process, on sign determination you always know spinous process always projects backward, and the spinous process from here turns this notch into a canal, and here the ligament is present termed as sacrospinous ligament, which goes upright like here. So that's all about the ilium. Thanks for watching.